All right, we're back for more trial. We're about to enter the third phase of it.
Because we're gluttons for punishment.
Where we're actually trying to figure out who it is that really did it. Like, we've moved through almost all the evidence and we've eliminated so many other possibilities. And now I think we're closing in on the truth.
Yeah, there's still only a few more points we need to touch on.
Right. Before anything else, the truth just might very well be what Kyoko just said, that Sakura committed suicide by drinking the poison.
Right.
But we haven't quite got there yet. But she says before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. And so I was thinking about it. And like Billy said, we actually have a couple of points that we don't have any clarification on. The first point is, why was the poison in the rec room in the first place? And for that matter, why was it near the window?
I suppose it just had to be on... No, it would have had to have been near the window, because the glass only went...
Otherwise, the glass wouldn't have gotten in the window.
It could have been in the chair blocking the window. Or blocking the door.
That's totally possible.
That's a weird spot to put it, I think.
Yeah. Why was it there, and why is it in the rec room in the first place? Did Sakura already have it? Did somebody else drop it off?
Yeah.
If Sakura was intending to commit suicide in front of some other people or something like that...
Yeah, like maybe that's why she gathered them all there?
Yeah, okay, like, sure, but we need to be able to prove it.
Right.
Like, that is a point that we don't have clarification on. The second point, the source of the powder, which is what the truth bullet is labeled, bottle C4.
Right.
The bottle that was spilled in the chem lab that has that powder all over the place that had the footprints in it. Byakuya was the one who had Makoto in the chem lab, and Byakuya was explaining to Makoto what the footprints in the powder that was already there meant.
Right.
Okay? If the bottle of C4 was not dropped to be a setup, then how did it get dropped?
Right.
Or if it was dropped to be a setup, then why does it contradict the version of events Byakuya was just saying? Is that just because he made a mistake?
Maybe.
I'm just not satisfied with the truth bullet labeled source of the powder. We haven't used it in any case.
True.
The third thing, Aoi is obviously lying. Why is she lying? She knows she didn't do it, so why is she saying she did?
Possibly to try and cover up the fact Sakura killed herself, to maybe try and hide it from the rest of everyone else. So they don't think that she's that kind of person? Maybe?
And I don't... And see, when in between episodes when we were discussing this and Billy came up with that, just threw it out there, you know.
Yeah.
I personally don't find it compelling that she'd try to kill everybody to protect her friend's image.
Me either after I thought about it, but, you know.
But it brought up an interesting point. What if Asahina knew Sakura committed suicide?
Yeah.
Like, that may have something to do with it. That may have deeper implications.
Maybe she finally broke and was trying to commit suicide herself, and at that point she didn't care.
And it was Sakura that snatched it and did it to save her. Something that could potentially...
Well, I more meant Sakura killed herself, and then when Asahina realized that, she tried to pin the blame on her so she would also die.
I don't like that, but...
Okay.
I mean, I see where you're going. It could have been that Asahina was trying to commit suicide.
True, yeah.
And then Sakura is like, no, bam, grabs it, does it for her. But, I mean, I'm not saying I buy that either.
Of course, but that also doesn't really address the...
Yeah, anyway, all of these are possibilities, but Asahina is lying. I think Sakura saving her from her own suicide would address why she's lying, but that's merely speculation. So that's something that we don't know. Because, Aoi knows she didn't kill Sakura, so why is she saying she did? And the fourth thing is if Byakuya is trying to take credit for killing Sakura, which that's an if. But if he is, how? He didn't poison her.
Right.
So he can't take credit for it. If he had poisoned her, then he wouldn't be acting so surprised that his sequence of events is broken down and he was wrong.
Yeah.
Now, it could just be that he's wrong and he's breaking down because it's like, my God, how could I, Byakuya, possibly be wrong? Because everybody has the crap beaten out of them psychologically at this point. Everyone's just a shattered person. And this trial is really proving that, like, except for Makoto and Kyoko, really.
Right.
Okay? So if Byakuya is trying to take credit, and again, that's an if, then why? Because he knows he didn't do it.
Yeah. So those are our 4 main points. Oh, by the way, we're also the Bittersweet Gamers.
Long, long ago, the people who did not know that already left. The Opinionators.
We swear.
So, let's find out the answers to everything, which he's probably going to say all of them in the next line, because wouldn't you know it, that's how it goes.
We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
We also need to establish why Asahina lied, and...
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room, I mean, it's gotta be Sakura.
Yeah.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
The powder on her shoe.
Yeah. This explains the powder on her shoe, and it explains the locked room.
Yeah.
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying!
She wears sneakers.
Why? Why would you lie like that?
Oh my god, I swear to Christ, if we're going to start this episode with the bullet time battle...
We started the last two with the bullet... Well, okay, we didn't start the first trial episode with the bullet time battle.
But it happened really quickly.
But the trial started with a bullet time battle. Not a sneaker.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
No, we had to look. No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. I have to get Hina to admit that.
Huh. Ah! Good luck.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
I need to...
Oh no! Bullets!
Ah!
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong!
Whoa!
I hate you!
Oh.
You're a liar!
It doesn't feel good to hear that.
I'm telling you,
Right.
I did it! I hate you!
Why are you covering this up?
You're a liar! What are you saying?
Ah, crap.
Wrong!
Ah!
Wrong! Just let it end already! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Source of the powder!
Isn't it?
Blarg.
It's not
You're
that
a
much.
liar.
Is it source of the powder?
I don't know. I guess the footprints then.
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Dang it.
It isn't that.
I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already!
Okay.
Do you have any kind of
No,
proof
not that!
Sakura took the poison?
Ah, it's not that either.
This should prove
Oh, I guess it was. At least as far as the bullet time battles went, that was pretty easy.
Well, only took a little
Did
damage.
you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder?
Ah, that was
Okay,
yellow
okay.
powder referred to the one with Sakura's foot on it.
Okay.
You know what I meant.
You're right. The one with Sakura's foot on it, I just noticed.
Yeah, that doesn't make any... That's a pretty weird thing.
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
So she really did go there herself
Huh.
and drop the thing
It
in the
was a
first
lunar
place.
insect, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura.
So we've already addressed two of the points I was
That's
talking
true.
about.
That's true.
And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep.
Okay.
Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why?
Why did she drop the powder? Why did
Yeah.
she get the bottle?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place?
I mean, presumably to get the poison she drank?
I mean, if she was going to make a big show out of committing suicide in front of people, should she be doing that to the people who don't trust her? Does that even make sense?
The only explanation is that she was looking for poison.
Yeah.
After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison!
Why are you doing this? It can't just be to protect her image, can it? I could understand lying to protect her image if it didn't involve killing everybody!
Yeah.
Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
Has to be Sakura.
It doesn't make sense any other way. Because we just, like, as much as we want to pin it on Byakuya, and as much as his behavior is weird, like I said in those original points, there's no way he... The connection between Sakura and the poison, the unsolved mystery of the locked room, there's only one way to explain it. It really was a suicide from the beginning.
Here's my answer.
Yep.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
So he was just wrong and was trying to...
I guess so.
Just pin it on her?
So you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
No one
I
cares.
don't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it.
I mean, it definitely does end it all, and just like I said, the very first time I brought this up,
Yeah.
it does advance them another floor, so this is like of use to the group, and there's no way
It
that
stops
Sakura...
the quarreling.
Yeah. And this is exactly the sort of thing, we're helping everyone here, and stopping that fighting is exactly the sort of way that Sakura would think. It gives meaning to her death if she helps everyone else.
Right.
By advancing them a floor, or even if it's not that, they stop fighting or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And she kind of tried to make it obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, you might even say that there's something like, well, I've already been beamed in the head twice.
Yeah.
And I don't want anybody to actually get the better of me in the end. So,
okay, could be that too.
So if I have to go out, then I'll do it on my own.
Because if she does it on her own, then that kind of makes it certain that no one else dies.
Unfortunately, the problem was there still were the people who were running about thwopping her in the head, and she had to have been thinking that she had to have trusted that Makoto and the others would get it figured out. But then what about the bottle being dropped? Is Byakuya just screwing around again?
Could be! Could be!
What the hell is he doing?
Well, if Asahina was trying to take credit, then that would kind of make sense.
Yeah, we need to figure out exactly what's going on with this taking credit thing, and why Asahina is trying to hide this.
But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because Sakura wanted to create it.
Yeah.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath.
She had a smile on her face.
That's true.
And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it.
Right, then the shard of glass fell in it. Okay, yeah, Asahina picked it up.
If she was trying to hide
that this was happening,
that she poisoned herself, then she would just put a regular bottle of Protein Zyme X.
At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
Why?
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right?
Was she trying to take credit?
I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
You have to actually become the Blackened.
Maybe she wasn't trying to really take credit, but just trying to cover up Sakura, like protect Sakura's name. She was really quick to blame everyone else.
The more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Yeah.
Yeah. That I
She should have been the first person to run up to Sakura, you know?
And that her knowing that she was dead just makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it makes sense that she wouldn't do that, so she would have to get the others. She had already grabbed it and she had to leave.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
But that's...
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
That's why Sakura dropped the bottle of powder in front of the medicine cabinets.
So no one could take credit.
Yeah.
To help keep things obvious.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want to hide it.
Yeah.
I got everyone.
Whoa, ogre! Oh, so she's dead, huh? Sakura's been killed? I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body.
Yeah.
The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
But why?
Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence, and yet...
Why would you try to protect your friend's reputation, like your dead friend's reputation, at the cost of everybody else's life that's here, including your own?
She's broken.
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No! No, 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 no! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing argument.
Yep. Okay! This one is going to be rough. Okay, so Sakura...
Puts the notes.
Very craggy-faced Sakura gives the notes. Okay, so now we need Byakuya with a note. I like how Yasuhiro looks extremely young here.
Yeah.
Fresh-faced.
And Byakuya looks evil as always.
Okay, nobody's looking, right? So Toko sneaks into the room.
Or in the closet.
Oh, yeah, so it's that. Yeah, then Toko in the locker sees Sakura moving along. Yasuhiro shows up. I have some candy. And then like super fresh-faced pretty boy Yasuhiro is like, oh, thanks.
Bishihiro.
And and then he's like, oh god, this is terrifying. I'm gonna grab the bottle with a knight and whack. So we need Yasuhiro breaking the bottle over her. Well, I guess it's gonna be that, right?
No, well, there's a bottle to the right.
Would it have to be? It has to be that one.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, we know it's the night one.
Then his psychic powers activate.
Yeah, then his psychic powers activate, and he's like, I better do something. So I'll blame Toko. And then he's like, oh god, I gotta get out of here before I get abducted by aliens. I hate the occult. And
Call this bullshit.
And then Toko looks out and is like, oh my god, I can't believe this. So we need sinister Toko looking out. Ah, there we go. Toko
either leaving or exiting. Honestly, it could be either way.
Yeah,
I think that's the one, though. Because she wouldn't be so nervous leaving out if everyone was gone.
We better...
She looks more nervous here.
Yeah, and the other one does look like she's leaving.
Yeah.
Maybe. We might actually be wrong on that one and just need to switch the two Toko locker pieces. Yeah. We'll look at it in a minute. Okay, so it's the magazine rack. Somebody's in a hurry. Sakura's like, oh god, all you people. And then, oh no, she's so scary. Thud passes out. Then... So we get the queen bottle.
And there's the bottle breaking with the queen.
And Sakura lays unconscious. Toko cleans it up. Then is like, and
runs
leaves.
like Morgana.
Then Sakura gets up. Yeah, that is
has
like
a mild headache.
That is like the Morgana run. Sakura's like, well, screw this crap. The best thing I can do is end my own life to protect other people.
These bottles are a lot smaller than you think.
Takes the bottle of C9. It has to be that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no other way it's something else.
Correct. Because the one of her drinking is right there.
Yeah. Act 6! It definitely moves on. Okay, so everyone gets there. Hina there.
Why is it portraying Hina like that? I mean, she's not the Blackened, but I guess she's the accused in this one.
Well, you couldn't portray, Hina is accusing herself.
Okay,
You couldn't portray Sakura as the very feminine golem here, because she's kind of the victim. That's
fair.
Okay, so she sees it.
We need something of her picking up the bottle, I suppose.
Right.
An empty bottle. Right there. Yeah. Right, it's got to be that.
What's that stuff in the bottom left, though?
The broken glass?
Well, that's the empty bottle, all right. And it's C9, so it's that one. Okay, then sneaks out. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe it."
She was not. Oh no, she was Genocide Jill at that point. She's got her hair. I guess she was Genocide Jill when they were kicking the bottle around or talking about kicking the bottle around.
Okay. So
I assume it's the one where she's taking the bottle out of her pocket.
Yeah. There was one where she was.
Because all the other ones have been.
Okay, so this is probably right. That has to be right. The other ones are all dealt with. Yeah, there's that Kyoko one. So we've basically seen all the other ones. So the only question is, if we get something wrong, we just have to switch the two Toko and the locker.
Yeah.
The killer is you. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
She looks like a goblin from like the Styx games or something.
Rakash.
Yeah, that one.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya.
I just love how in all of these he's just like, well,
yeah, because
he's about to start monologuing to Batman or something.
Well, it's like, this is Makoto's impression of what's going on, right?
That's fair.
And Makoto's impression of Byakuya is that he's Lucifer.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else.
Okay, anticlimactic moment of truth.
Oh, come on!
Okay, no problem.
Of course.
I mean, you can make an argument for either.
I know.
Exactly what happened.
Flip,
One
flip.
of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Secret tunnel.
The secret passage in the locker.
She found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight.
I wanted it to be true. Still could be true, you know.
Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro.
I'd be afraid if she gave candy with,
Sakura was going to try
with
to
that
kill
face.
him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it.
I'm amazed that she not only didn't notice him doing it, but it actually KO'd her.
Thinking he killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime.
And poorly began.
He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her.
And at this point, how can anybody that's left trust anybody else at all?
I know.
The only people who actually have like a working relationship
Or Kyoko and Makoto.
Yeah.
But
Well,
of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear,
of course, Toko completely trusts Byakuya.
Rather unwisely, but yes. But I wouldn't call that a trusting relationship.
That is true,
jumped
yes.
out of the locker
You were right.
and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others.
And put it
But in
upside
her rush, she
down.
made one little mistake.
Cocteau ladies! And I like how the person on there basically looks like Princess Piggles.
Yeah.
She put the magazine back upside down.
Didn't really KO
Soon
her.
after,
Right.
She watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted.
And Sakura caught her while she was fainting.
Because Sakura's a decent human being.
This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
You know, Damon, it occurs to me.
Yeah?
What is the next trial going to be like? This one was crazy.
This one was crazy.
This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence.
But unfortunately, this is Sakura, who wrestles bears.
So, I mean, I guess the craziness factor is probably going to increase, but if it was easy to answer, if it was easy to answer how, then
Jesus.
She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after
However,
those 2 blows, she was still
it
alive.
doesn't really seem particularly put out by it.
yeah.
So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death?
I mean, she's probably slightly ashamed of being caught off guard the first time, anyway.
Right.
The second time, she's too stunned, but
It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab.
so
She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath.
the wrap up this time is really gonna be nuts. Because there's a lot that needs to come out.
Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there.
Okay, I gotta ask. You had one of those crazy facial expressions that you get sometimes.
Well, I didn't want to say anything at the moment because I didn't want to interrupt the flow of this, and also because I wasn't 100% sure on it. But what if Sakura was intending to kill someone else? Maybe with a piece of candy?
Well, then wouldn't Yasuhiro die?
See, and then that's the point where I was just like, no, probably not. But it momentarily crossed my mind.
We had to smash the door's window to get inside.
Under the circumstances, I can't imagine that would be true, but it's definitely worth thinking about. Well, I mean, she had just put these notes to the people that don't trust her. She's just been revealed as the spy, and she's like, no, it's all over, and I'm gonna go fight Monokuma. Like, what made her decide not to fight Monokuma? We
like I said, there's a lot of stuff that counters that, but that is what immediately popped into my head, and that's also why I didn't say anything about it.
I don't know.
Until you dragged it out of me.
I suppose that's not impossible, though. But, I mean, that's just as obvious as, like, sloppily throwing the evidence around that's happened in this trial.
Yeah.
But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves.
Okay.
In an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
Thus killing everyone.
Yeah!
Because the Blackened...
Well, Sakura.
And the Blackened already died. Now, unless there... Even if there is some funny thing going on where people aren't actually dying or something, even whatever the actual circumstances are that are here, nobody knows what they are, least of all Asahina. So this was like,
Maybe because the Black had already died, it didn't matter. It doesn't matter who they pick. Or maybe that's the conclusion that they came to.
Well, when you say they, you mean Asahina?
Yeah.
And the one who went to all that effort?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, the one who went to all the effort?
Was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case.
Why did you do it?
Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened?
I mean, I guess he was just being emotional and irrational?
To an extent? I mean, a lot of that was pretty deliberate, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is her reaction to try and hide what happened to her friend, to her dear friend, was to kill everybody else. Like that's like irrational, or like hide it even no matter what the cost, even if it's everyone's life, including her own. Like that's extremely overly emotional. But even if that was the case, it's just foolish.
Mm-hmm.
But Makoto, how did you manage to? How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
No one cares about your breakdown right now, Byakuya.
Yeah, basically that.
Oh, well, I mean...
We just looked at the evidence.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams.
Thank you.
That's what makes us so complicated.
Yeah.
That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you?
It's like I said before. I mean, you gotta pity the guy.
Mm-hmm.
When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
You can never understand others if you can't even begin to consider... Darn that bullet time battle!
Hey, we got through 2 of them with an A, so there.
No, we got through 1 of them with an A.
Okay,
Okay, I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah.
So what's gonna happen here?
Well, there's not going to be an execution.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me.
Yeah, the ritual.
Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote.
Asahina's still gonna vote for herself.
Probably.
So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
We vote for Monokuma and have him executed.
Well, the problem is we vote for Monokuma. He's not the one who killed him, so we lose.
I will point that he is on the list.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
So that's why...
No execution.
That's why at the very beginning he was so bored. Like,
see.
oh, okay. I guess we have a trial, but...
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Asahina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
Because that's exactly what I wanted. Ah. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you?
We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
For serious? That's...
What is
You
this?
still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this!
Such brutality made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
That's... I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine.
I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness.
You tried to protect me, but because of me, my closest friend got hurt.
Sakura!
Because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other.
Even now, she still calls everyone her friends.
This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But,
Talk about what?
um...
Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy. They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us! And yet...
Why?
And yet...
That's how she got caught off guard.
Because she too,
believed in them.
She too was betrayed. Yeah. You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable!
No, that was just a misunderstanding!
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say! Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her!
Forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her! Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina, you came.
Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Asahina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
The
Ah,
last meal.
could I ask you to?
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura... So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could, but by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in! Please, open the door!
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Asahina, we killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner, and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial.
Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. So, to interject, we've been pretty quiet through this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to wait till this is done, more or less, but that's wrong.
Yeah.
That is wrong.
That is completely wrong.
Sakura did not die hating everyone here.
Not at all.
The exact opposite.
Yeah, her last
Exact
words.
Opposite. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but...
Hey!
It's just taken so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
Well, he would know, I guess. Or potentially. What did you say?
Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant?
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me...
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is,
yes, indeed.
don't you think the entire foundation is shaky?
Huh. Where's he going with this?
What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note.
What? But Asahina already...
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby. This is the one Sakura addressed to Asahina and put in her room.
Huh?
What? You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well. Just gotta keep this one down for a minute.
Well,
I can't help if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it.
You filthy little...
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
After this, I want to hear this.
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my most melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know?
Well, man, I have so many conflicting emotions about all of this. This is basically like everybody here has kind of gotten beat around, you know?
I think this is the first time he's actively tried
okay, then moving away from the others, looking at this, Monokuma most definitely made this happen this way.
Yeah.
He can say whatever he wants, and I mean, he's right. All he did was falsify a suicide note. But she could have found the actual one.
That's true.
He just made up a suicide note, and she just interpreted everything that way.
Yeah, you're right.
He interpreted... It didn't have Sakura's signature on it, so she didn't have to believe it.
Is it even in her handwriting?
Well, she really might not know that. This, just because of boredom, I suppose? Is it just boredom that he was interfering? Because, look, the result of this is that other than Makoto and Kyoko, nobody really can trust each other at all.
Yeah. Well, he's shown really capable of actively messing with people and getting them to kind of do...
Sure, but I don't want to talk about Monokuma.
Okay.
Let's talk about everybody else.
All right.
That's the part that matters here.
Right.
Okay. Even Byakuya got shaken up by his own errors. Like, I mean, what? How are we going to go do a free time event? Who the hell cares?
God, you're right. It's just, let's go hang out with Yasuhiro, who tried to kill Sakura.
I mean, I guess you can say that other than the fact that they've basically all done something awful at this point.
Right?
I mean, Asahina not only tried to get everybody killed, I mean, she was just dead wrong. She was just wrong. And it's not easy to forgive that.
Yeah.
She got possessed by spite after being broken down and after being manipulated. But the thing is it's like her sentiment about all of that isn't wrong.
Right.
Her actions were.
Right.
But, I mean, her sentiment wasn't. She clearly went too far. And, I mean, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
It's just that it was kind of feeble, all things considered, so there's no way that it would have worked. But even Byakuya made this mistake, but he wanted to make this mistake because he just doesn't understand complex emotions.
Yeah.
I mean, in as much as anybody does, but of everyone here, him the least of all. Especially, and I mean, especially dealing with somebody who's so blatantly altruistic like Sakura.
Yeah.
I mean, Sakura was possibly the only really altruistic person here. And she was somebody loaded with her own problems, too. I mean, maybe the only way everybody can move forward after this... and even the only other two people involved in this that haven't done something that kind of permanently scars their relationship with everybody else, i.e. tried to kill them, Makoto and Kyoko...
Right.
What did they spend the beginning of this... half half this chapter doing. They spent half the chapter arguing with each other after lying and overreacting to each other.
That's true.
So it's like everybody has sort of completely broken down. Even Byakuya.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyoko hasn't completely broken down,
but she started.
She's broken more than she's ever. She's been affected by things, and she's made more emotional decisions.
Right, which is not how she normally acts.
Yeah. So maybe the only way everybody can move forward is after, everyone already, openly recognizing everybody else's weakness and knowing that, let he who is without sin cast the first stone kind of thing. Now, why, of course, did Monokuma do this? Was it really just entertainment?
I can't accept that.
I have a hard time with it as well, yeah. Did you have any thoughts? Or?
No. I mean, because we're still not 100% sure what he's actually trying to do, because we don't think it's just a stupid killing game.
We have been asked to give our thoughts or theories rather on Monokuma. We'll save that for a more appropriate time, but we'll do it.
You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Give me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yeah, I mean, what do you care?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Jeez, talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you.
Don't talk like that. Don't read this note in that voice.
I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
I like how she's doing it calligraphy style.
I like all the posts in her room. It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
Yeah, and while we were talking about wrap up and everything and wanting to know what the heck Asahina was doing, it didn't even occur to us to worry about what was going on with Sakura as the spy.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
It's possible, or he's totally lying.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for over 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind. Also, why is only every other line voiced?
That's pretty weird, yeah.
What the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
So the idea was that it doesn't matter if she died.
Yeah.
And that, if you do this, then I release the hostage. There you go. Assuming that's true, which it might be, or it might not be.
Yeah.
All aspects of it. That he had taken control of the dojo. That there's even really a dojo left. I mean, it could be a couple of rocks on a blasted crater, and he's like, well, this is the dojo. I've taken control of it now.
Right.
Or he really did it. Or he really did it, and no matter what she did, he never let it go. Or he didn't do anything at all.
Right.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel.
So that's why Sakura...
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
This being the trial, we're generally all wrapped up in other things. But, this is a really, really, really big loss.
In like every way.
In every way. It's like she was the best of them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And even with that, she already started the whole thing by agreeing to be the spy.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it.
I bet you just find that so hilarious, don't you? You know, it's like Asahina just caring for her so much and resenting all the pain that this had caused, like leading to make her. It's just for me to just sit here and say like herp-de-derp, she were mad. It just seems kind of empty, you know. There's a level of like profundity here, like. You know, the time that everything really changed was after that first trial.
Right.
Everything's changed again, though. It's all different. It's all different
for each trial.
For the few people that are left.
Yeah.
No, this one, so many things have changed. It's, I don't know, I really do feel like it actually would be detracting from what's going on to really talk about this situation. Man, Sakura is really going to be missed.
Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
And, you know, she understands and accepts that.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
Oh, maybe that's why. She just let them do it. I mean, that is why.
That's what happened.
There's no way that it would have worked if she didn't allow it to happen. And since she didn't resist, that's why it stunned her so much.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But, unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me.
Yeah, I mean, it divided the whole group up into, like, the anti-Sakura and pro-Sakura camps.
Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
And again, just like Monokuma said, the ridiculous thing about this was that Sakura was the one person here who really trusted and believed in everyone. Even after all this. And you know who everyone includes? Byakuya! That's who it includes. She even believed in Byakuya. And to be fair, it's not like Byakuya attacked her.
That's true. And frankly, this only benefits Monokuma.
Yeah.
Killing herself like that. My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony.
No, that's not necessarily true. If another floor of the school opens up, that could help everyone else. It moves us one step closer to the truth.
I know. But it's like,
I mean,
she was the best weapon against the mastermind.
Oh my god, I know! You know, Monokuma even confirmed that if we would have been able to try and blitz everything, like if we would have tried to do something like that,
you couldn't stop her.
It might have worked. She might have been able to win. And you know, I still believe that there are opportunities and there's information that is being given to the group that they are not using, that they are failing to do. Yes. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be perfect and see everything from every angle all the time and never make a mistake and everybody has to do I get that, okay? But, you know, it's like, I considered buying Bitcoin several years ago. I didn't. If I had a heck of a lot more money. I made a mistake. That's a pretty big one. Okay? All I'm getting at with that is that I think there's opportunities that they're not taking advantage of, but going to a new floor does open up some opportunities. So at least it has that as a benefit.
Yeah.
Like, what if we find another alter ego? What if we find another secret passage?
Yeah.
What if we find another set of records explaining the truth of the world? We still haven't fully explored all of these things, and you never know what what will be able... Like, we already found the headmaster's office.
That's true.
It's too late for us to get in there now, and it's not like Sakura can storm in now, but it could have happened.
Right.
What's the next opportunity that will present itself?
The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded.
I see.
I will do what I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone.
Sakura.
When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me.
Without you around to believe in us, then who's going to?
Just Makoto, really.
Really?
He keeps talking about everyone being his friends.
But he doesn't really back it up.
I know. For that, I'm willing to give up my life.
I mean, not Kyoko.
No.
Not Asahina. She's just revealed like an intense resentment and hatred towards everyone.
Even if this resolves that resentment, she's already crossed a line by trying to kill everyone.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm pretty sure that this might be really necessary for everyone. Like, Sakura's death, this note, everybody acting the way they have, it might actually bring them together. It is possible that maybe no one else will kill again. I really doubt that, but...
It'd be nice.
Maybe Byakuya might even start to come around a little bit.
I hope so.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning.
Like, he's just been made a fool of.
Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
You know, he's kind of had something at his core shaken. Whether it's done any damage to it or not, who knows,
right.
But it's been shaken.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered? She didn't die hating us? Oh God, what have I done?
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong.
In every sense of the word, yeah.
That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However...
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then, they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else.
Along with everyone else.
I think she's earned the title Strongest Under the Heavens.
Yeah, she has. She really has. The narrator said that we were about halfway through the game.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 chapters, I guess.
Maybe it's not like that. Maybe just some chapters are freaking long.
Right, but there's a lot of chapters from the chapter select menu in any case. They're all listed as question marks, but
that's true.
In any case, however many there are, if that's the case, and the game even went out of its way to tell us this, it is not an accident that this event with Sakura with this note happened at the midpoint of this game.
Yeah.
This is like an excuse to change everything.
Yeah.
I mean, in some way.
Right,
to change the dynamic so it's not just the same thing that's happened every chapter so far.
I really doubt everyone's going to be acting the same way they normally are now.
Yeah. I'm not saying that there won't be any more murders. But just things should be different.
No matter what, just survive.
Please take this advice to heart.
Everyone, not just Asahina.
And please throw away that resentment. Realize where you are and what you can do. Even if you can't get out. You've got to try. I mean, Sakura always tried. Even if she was really just checking the windows.
But...
This is... I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What?
Huh?
What do you mean, the next victim?
What?
Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. Oh, okay, that's what Monokuma meant. Like, now everyone's going to kill Aoi.
I see.
And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste. It can't be.
Say what?
Because she made us remember we're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together.
You know?
Damn straight! This is all because of our misplaced hatred. I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Asahina either. What?
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you! Nobody else!
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go! But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
I seem to recall in the very beginning of this game, at least the two of us called the enemy out as a competition. Well, we called this killing game a competition between the people here and you!
Yep. Hey. Your enemy is each other! He's absolutely right about that.
Again with this crap!
Lovely Byakuya, you understand, don't you?
Now turn it around!
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game.
Turn it around, man.
Which is why I am bowing out of the game. Yes!
That's it. That's it!
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Asahina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game.
Even Byakuya.
Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat.
There's no point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement.
Yourself to the bitter end, huh? But, man, I appreciate this.
Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
You and me both, man.
It's all clear.
And that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me.
That that really got me. Not gonna lie. Byakuya, does this mean...
Don't misunderstand, Baka.
Yeah, you're still a giant dick. But...
I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking.
Of course you don't understand sentimentalism. You can't even pronounce it, but... I mean,
yes, we'll go with that.
I don't know, empathy isn't sentimentalism, dude.
Wherever master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire.
You can totally take care of him. You kill him if you need to. The mastermind, that is.
I'll take what I can get.
Everyone, even those crazy guys.
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this.
Yeah, for you.
I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
Especially now that Sakura's out. The person who could actually just storm into your damn office and break all your robo-bears.
What the heck?
The fun time?
So... if Byakuya's bowing out of the killing game, and Toko and Jill by extension... then nobody's doing it. So...
Right?
Are we playing it anymore? Obviously not. So then what are we playing?
What's going on? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
Oh no. No. Even Byakuya finally got this right. If Byakuya is going that far, there's no way anybody else is going back on this.
You want me to punish you guys?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for! Punishment time!
Okay, go ahead, but she's already dead.
Wait, but Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead!
You're not gonna...
But
Is it me?
But... Oh heavens no! Just cause the blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bare times one rule.
Listen up!
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste.
So is it gonna be the body, or is it gonna be something else?
Maybe Sakura's family?
Yoo-hoo!
So, for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. Maybe her father?
If it is that, then that would reveal quite a lot about what's actually going on. Maybe not. Could we even believe that it's real? It could be, but could it? I mean, look at what we've already got. There's at least enough going on that we can suspect that it's not actually real.
Right.
And if it isn't real, if it is something like a digital world or something, is he going to walk up and be like, "Hello, everybody, I'm Sakura's dad," or is he just going to be like off in some arena somewhere? Are we going to see it on a screen? Can we believe that?
Yeah, well, I don't think we can.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Alter ego, then.
Oh no.
Can't sub in whatever student that he wants, but... Excavator Destroyer. It's that simple? So just pulverized alter ego to pieces, and yes, I saw what looked like Chihiro pieces in that. So he said he's prepared this special punishment and didn't want to let it go to waste. That wasn't gonna be for Sakura.
No, that was specifically for Alter Ego.
Now, did that mean that he had a punishment in mind for Alter Ego from the beginning?
That seems really suspect. I mean, we don't know if he instantly caught her when they hooked her up to the internet.
We don't know we don't know if Alter Ego was, or we don't know if that was Chihiro's punishment that Alter Ego just received.
That didn't really seem like it would be fitting for
Yeah,
Chihiro.
it seemed like it was personalized for Alter Ego. But you
suck, man! You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk! That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence. Grilled is where it's at.
That's the truth, yeah. Well, fresh, if you've done it yourself. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. We hadn't even thought about Alter Ego in such a long time because of, the murder. But Alter Ego, the last time we saw him, he was hooking himself up to the network.
Yeah.
In the secret room. So, without any access to something else, there's no way he could have gotten any of the information that he might have been able to get, if he got anything at all.
If he did get anything, would he have been able to get it to someone?
That's what I just said. No, he couldn't. That is literally what I just said.
I'm paying attention.
You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true, so it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and my soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing. God dang it, the moment's all gone now! Shooting out my mouth! Ugh. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with the laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with the basketball?
Don't give me that crap! You didn't just waste an execution, a personalized execution, on a basketball, and you know it! Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend! And you killed him!
Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Yeah, and I guess he couldn't find anything out. Or is it possible that he could get it to anybody at all?
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Couldn't imagine it have been any other way. I mean, for one, he's kind of the one who made the laptop available.
I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all going to play out from the start.
What?
What are you
You
thinking?
knew, and you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in the laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward, in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
That statement right there.
Hey.
So of course I didn't care if you got access to that.
That statement. Unlock something difficult. And he gives us a reward for it. The only time he gives us a reward is when we accomplish something difficult in terms of the information that is here. right? That is in this school that is being made available to us. Of course, he is aware of everything that is going on.
Yeah, of course.
And always has been. And this is the first time he's rewarded us. Not counting stuff like the motive, like, derp, 10 million buckos. So, that just seems significant. That seems extremely significant to what is going on.
But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help, at the risk of his own life, and for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1,000,000,000 times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes you remember that every low can get even lower.
No. His death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Holy moly, you're super mad, just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yep, there's still a little bit more left of Sakura's note. Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Asahina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of the school.
How do you know this, Sakura? And if you did, why didn't you tell us before? Huh. A clue?
Hina.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. So I've learned one thing, which is...
It makes perfect sense, yeah.
The mastermind has done something to us.
Right.
The memories.
Yeah, we've all had our memories manipulated. We were at this school for some amount of time and knew each other. And the situation that we're in now is one where we have no memory of this. And furthermore, there's information they seem to have access to.
I think what they've done is... Whoopsie daisy! That was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
And if Asahina had gone to her room and gotten this note...
I know.
But just like the other missed opportunities we've had, like somebody reading all those documents in the secret room, made an error. Didn't know they were making an error. Reasonable. Nothing you would blame somebody for, but in the long run, it was still an error. If she would have gone back there. Now, maybe he just didn't. Maybe he just snatched it up immediately.
Could be.
Or maybe not.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today. What? You can't just stop at the most important bit. It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad, you don't even friggin' know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve.
He could have even been making that up right there. Fine, but at least Sakura's note...
Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it.
But...
Too bad.
Sucks for you, losers. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What's he gonna do, burn it?
There's one last line in the note.
Is he...
And let me just say this to the mastermind.
Well, I guess he's really reading it then.
I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it.
Really?
Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh?
That, too, seems extremely important.
It does, yeah.
It's almost like as if one of the many things we have speculated about, people do not die when they are killed. She won't lay down and die. She'll fight you.
Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try and get some rest, you know. And maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours.
He rewards us for understanding things about the school, and he ostensibly punishes us for hardening our resolve.
Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long. Think hard.
Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of this school. The mastermind did something to us.
Kyoko mentioned something. Yeah, exactly.
Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over.
What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
The mastermind did something to our bodies. Sakura discussed, despite dying, continuing to fight against him.
Yeah.
Kyoko has no memory. We know, nothing about her at all. And the game began, upon starting the game, there was a cutscene of Monokuma executing a student.
Yeah.
Or something.
Someone.
I mean, I think, again, that it's reasonable to assume that there is... The finality of death may be on a different level than what one is normally accustomed to. There may be less of it.
Right.
For what reason? It could be all kinds of things still. What are they saying the mastermind did? What did the mastermind do to us? And I mean, Kyoko clearly has some medical knowledge.
Right.
And she's the one who noticed first.
That's true.
I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo!
So the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
I'd like to point out, as somebody who, upon making many of the mistakes that I've made in my life, I have engaged in some rather stark denial. I mean, everybody has. And so I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've done a lot of denial.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, you want to know what's awesome? Is thinking these thoughts when you have awful thoughts. You just need to think them. You need to think them all the way through. At the end, if it's really awful, you'll end up rejecting it.
Right.
Or maybe you won't. But the more of these thoughts and feelings that you have that you don't acknowledge the existence of and try to push aside, the more that they eat away at you, the more that they'll make you continue to make mistakes in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So when Makoto says, I can't even acknowledge a thought like that, man, if he doesn't acknowledge a thought like that, then it's just going to push him into making a terrible mistake, like everybody else has made.
Yeah.
But...
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there, other than to head back up?
Hey, Byakuya, are you gonna come to the dining hall in the morning?
I'm not going to flirt with you. Oh yeah, okay, let's get out of here. I won't flirt with you either.
But... I might. Hina must still feel responsible.
Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
What's he saying?
Stop talking.
Shut up.
Seriously, I'm sorry.
How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I think he's trying to be encouraging. I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Yeah,
I think
right.
he's trying to pep talk her, but it's Byakuya.
He's trying to be nice.
I know, it's so weird.
He's trying to encourage her and to tell her that everything's okay. He is the worst person in the entire universe at it, but you can't miss his intention.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then I'll try.
Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
Oh, no. God damn it, not now!
No.
Exactly. I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
After all that, it's this shit? Even Byakuya? And just, like, arg, milk sacks, I'll kill you?
Huh?
What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball. 'Cause you're a sleazeball.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
No. Oh, more biting sarcasm? No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey, stop fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse. Give and take. Me.
Okay, so
There's nothing to say.
I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends.
If you really think about it, Asahina is protecting herself.
Well, that's just how it is for now, but I mean, 6 people came into this class trial.
And 6 people came out.
That in and of itself is a source of more than a little bit of hope. And so, Sakura's class trial came to an end, and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over.
But this episode is.